So I'm wondering, Mike, how did you contribute to make the album more perfect?
That's a good question, in fact.
What is perfect?
What is perfect? That's the first thing. Well, I do remember some moments where we were working on the harmonies, and you had some classical parts there, Dushan, with the French horns and everything, and I was singing like a harmony or a backing vocal or a special melody, and from time to time, there was a conflict between some of your many instruments that you composed. And it was all these small details also in the mixing. I think I contributed a little bit to balance things out. Probably the next album will be different, but everything was already there. But here and there, small things. But now that Dushan knows my voice a little bit more after working together, the second album will be by itself a little bit more better blended with my voice, because some of the songs were, you would say, less designed for my voice, I would say, because the songs were already composed. And maybe here and there you can hear that maybe some songs are a little bit too low for me to be in my comfort zone, although that's very subjective, of course. It's something I feel as a singer, like it's okay to sing, but I have more power if I can sing just a little bit higher, but now that Dushan knows it, the next album will be even more bombastic, I suppose.
The next album will be more perfect, and you can contribute more, like.
Because I also like to work on vocal melodies. I'm in another band too, where I create the melodies. But it's also black art, creating vocal melodies. Not everybody is Mozart, Yes. So, but if you blend ideas, you never know what happens. Magic can happen.
Curious now.
So I was wondering, like, Iron Mask is newer than the Magic Kingdom, and you had albums released from bands as well, but Iron Mask has more albums. So my question is, how do you divide songs between the bands when you write them? Like, is there some sort of way when you write song, oh, this is for the Magic Kingdom, oh no, this is for the Iron Mask?
Yeah, I think it's when I start an album for Magic Kingdom, I always have the idea, well, this is gonna sound like this, because, for example, for Iron Mask is all, it's sometimes more hard rock, neoclassical hard rock, like in the 80s. In Magic Kingdom, you'll never have too much of this kind of hard rock. It's gonna be always more speed metal, symphonic. And for example, like I said in the beginning, for example, in Magic Kingdom, you can have a song without solos, but Iron Mask always will have guitar parts like hell, and not always, but it has to be there, has to be neoclassical. And Magic Kingdom is much more, let's say, symphonic metal without this. It's also guitar, but less than Iron Mask, so less less dominated by neoclassical leads and baroque style and shit like that. There is also, but it's the main difference. When you see Magic Kingdom, see ultra speed symphonic, and Iron Mask is a bit more, it's a more open, heavy rock sometimes. More not commercial, but a bit more easy listening songs.
And when you write songs, like, where do you get inspiration from? Do you go some special places, or do some, I don't know, some special things?
It could be a lot of different things, It's my life, shit that happened in my life, when you lose someone you like and you love, my parents, and sometimes friends, sometimes, more other people, or, it could be a movie, a book. It's the lyrics. It could be everything. I don't want to focus, like, that's the main difference also with Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is really heroic fantasy, fantasy lyrics. And Iron Mask is always more, real. It's more real life lyrics. It's more like what I feel, what I see in the world. And Magic Kingdom is really like this fantasy world, and it's the main difference for the lyrics.
And it's like the reason I'm more drawn to Iron Mask, because it's like real politics, but also what's happening, everything. It's much more real.
But in Magic Kingdom album Metallic Tragedy, you have the song Iron Mask.
Yeah.
Is that related to?
No, actually, I composed that song, 22 years ago. So the band Iron Mask was not still even exist yet. So when I was searching for a name for this song, the Belgian, for another band, then I said, okay, I have this song. Maybe Iron Mask can be a nice name for this band. Yeah.
Cool.
Not based on the Dumas. It's not like on the movie or.
Yeah, actually, yes. The Iron Mask is based on this book by Alexander Dumas. And, yeah, it's the story of the man in the Iron Mask. Yes, that's from there. The song and the name of the band.
Cool.
Nice.
Amazing.
Second band in a row, because before we had Primal Fear, so they took the name from the movie Primal Fear.
Ah, yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah, so you're the second band.
Yeah. Long time. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope next year is 20 years of Iron Mask, and I hope we'll have I'm now talking with the AFM to have a best of album. So maybe we'll have that next year with the new album. We'll see. It's not confirmed yet.
Great stuff.
Great stuff. Let's go back to Iron Mask, because we are speaking of lyrics, and well, I love history, so I saw some references to history, like Alexander the Great. So I'm wondering, what draws you to write about it?
Yeah, like I said, it could be everything, but I'm a very big fan of history. When I was in school, it was one of my favorite class. History and all these things. I love to all the stories you can learn from the past, all the politics and all these things. It's very important. It's with the Bible, it's the best you can have for lyrics. Actually, the Bible and history. You always have lyrics in your songs.
Okay.
Amazing. And Mike, do you like history as well, and the Bible?
I do like the Bible as a comic book, but that's about it. No, I'm not really into the Bible. History, not particular. Well, of course, it's interesting, but I'm more of a science guy, in fact. So,
That's cool.
Interesting. It's interesting because it's like opposite, So I'm wondering then, for Dushan, as Dushan, you like history, what's your favorite history person and time?
Person in the history. Okay. This is a hard one. There's many. One not so long ago I saw on TV something about Napoleon, and maybe for next album or not, or the album after, there's gonna be something about him. But I always loved the Alexander, the big conquerors because what I loved in these guys is to have the guts to do something you really have in your mind. Because I know so many people that they want something, they start something, and they never finish. You start something, but you have to finish. I hate this. When you start something, you have to finish. And this is people with, not 100%. They have 1,000,000% of guts. Not guts, but, one goal. And I want to reach this goal. And that's why they conquer the world. That's why they're at the top. That's what many, not only in war, but science, artists, the people that really wanted something really like hell. That blood, sweat, and tears. All their life they're there. They're gonna have it. If you give up straight when you suffer, then it's not even worth starting. You have to push when you suffer the most.
It's like the psychological profile that's like interesting with conquerors, like the days they had and so on, and they push through like persistence.
Yeah, it's not only now I think you see it with this new generation of young people. They have everything what they want in their life. That not lazy, but they give up so fast. You have the technology, you have the internet, you have everything you can learn, everything on the fucking world on the internet. You find everything you can learn: music, science, astronomy, alien shit. Yeah, there is, there are aliens. There's people say it's crazy, but they're out there. There's some stuff you have to be interested what's in the sky. Every night you watch the sky because there's always something you don't know. You have to learn and be very careful because in a few years they will find life not only in our solar system, much further, in the galaxy. You'll see there's so many things to learn. So in our planet, only the insect world, there's millions of insects we don't even know they exist. The abyss of the sea. The abyss of the sea is unknown to everyone. Nobody went. There's so many things to learn, and what they fucking do, they play fucking PS4 games all day. Crazy.
I see that there might be a concept coming for lyrics that they need to get up or something, right?
Yeah, okay, it's nice to have a game. I also played Gods of War, shit like that. Yeah. Okay, once it's done, it's done. I did it. I've been there, done that. It's okay, but you don't be limited. Don't be limited. Now we have everything is open. Okay, now there's the lockdown. Okay, and so what? You have TV, you have food. There's no bomb falling on your face like the Second World War. You still can enjoy life. Okay, put a fucking mask. You have the vaccine. It's okay. Or don't. Okay, some people have more money. I know more money than us. Okay, so. Like revolution rise, you're gonna start revolution. First, do the revolution for yourself. Then you can fight in the street.
Rise revolution. Nice song. Great song.
Very great words. You just made such a good point. Thank you.
Great.
And as we speak about Rise Revolution Rise and the album Masters of Masters, great album. Can you tell me a bit of like the background? You had any concept, or was like from the life, political and stuff?
Mike, you can say a bit.
Yes.
For me, globally, it's the money. Power of the money. It's all related. Like Revolution Rise, like Master of Masters. Another one. There was another. Never Kiss the Ring. All these songs are connected in the way that, like I said before, don't accept everything in this world. First think about it yourself and make your judgment, and then after, if you have to be ruled by the money, try not to always be ruled by money. Okay, you cannot do anything in this world without money because everything is ruled by money. Mm-hmm. Everything, what you eat, what you drive, in what car you drive, even the air or the water, what you drink, everything is ruled by money. So there is no choice in that. You don't have money, or you work, or you become a thief. But better you work. And then everything's related. Jails just related to money. Everything is related to the money. Everything, every part of the world, every part. So this is the general theme on the Master of Master, because the Master of Master is the money. Is the Master of all Master is the money. That's why we have this front artwork. The three kings, which is United States, Europe, and China, they all go to the money. This is the money, on the throne. Yeah.
I was thinking there was a Brexit topic as well in the Master of Masters because of the situation and the artwork.
Brexit, no, maybe I don't know. I think they're also, ruled by money in UK. At least now they have the freedom to do what they want, and if they could, it's not that easy. Also.
That's a very interesting point.
All right, so let's talk about something else, about the Belgium metal scene and Japanese one, as I saw that you have been the best neoclassic power metal band in Japan.
I don't know where you saw that.
I think on your website or on Iron Mask.
We didn't claim that at all. I don't know. We have a lot of fans, of course, in Japan, but there is other guys playing also in Japan, and I think it's crowded in that you know, style of music there. It's you know, with all the downloadings now, and you know, this neoclassical, you know, we still sell CDs, but it's much less than before. Problem is that everybody downloads the albums, and it's always more difficult. Every time it's more difficult to make a new album. People don't get it, that you see, they just download. I can show you right now a link where you can download the album. There's like 6,000 on one side, 6,000 downloaded the album of Master of Masters, you know, and we're struggling to record the next album because the advance. It's always you know, a problem to have advances from labels, and it's always going down. And okay, with AFM we are kind of lucky because it's for the moment it's still the same. But each time it's more difficult. In Japan they pay less, so we have less money to record something. And whatever you're the best or not the best in the classical, you'll have the problems to record the next album. Because all these downloadings, I can show you on many sites. There's like 40,000 downloads of Master. This is crazy. You know, this is all the income for us, record the drums, pay everybody, that we don't have on next album. This is, people don't get that.
But
just
from download,
click on the fucking button and then that easy.
From downloadings, you don't have anything.
Yeah, of course. If they buy, okay, on 40,000 CDs that they download, even 10,000. If they buy only 10,000, we are happy because we can do 2 albums more with that money. That's the problem. You see less and less releases, and so that's why people now release one song, singles, you know, and more, and because albums are more difficult to make now. That's you have to be, like I said, strong in your mind and still want it very strongly, because otherwise you die.
Yeah. Interest. Yeah, it makes sense. But back to Japan. So why do you think the music can have an interest there in Japan?
Well, I don't know. Maybe there are maybe they like more classical stuff than here in Europe. But in Europe, we always had the funny things. You know, in Germany there's a lot of fan of that kind of music, and we check with the Spotify, and you know, in Brazil and also America, in the United States, a lot of people love this. We just never see anything on TV with you know, with neoclassical, hard rock or metal, symphonic metal. You don't see shit on TV anymore. And that's the problem, because you hear only shit on the radios, only bullshit. This is not music. This is bullshit. You want to tell me rap is music? Rap is not music. Rap is rap is not music. Rap, I don't know. And they sell like the motherfuckers. They sell like millions. They sell 500,000 CDs, and we fucking starve to sell 10,000 CDs. You know, that's not fair. Why? Because one motherfucker decided in the United States, okay, you know what? For the next 10 years, we're going to only broadcast rap on big radios, on big shows with the interviews. We're not going to have any rock guys except, you know, Aerosmith or Bon Jovi or Metallica.
Yes.
Fuck you. And what I say, fuck you. Fuck your rap.
Yeah, like here in Ireland, we don't have any radio station to play like real metal. They play Bon Jovi, like...
It's unbelievable, this was. Unbelievable. Yeah. It's unbelievable. They don't give a fuck about rock music. They just put the fucking rap and hip hop and singers, girls that just shake their ass half naked. Okay, it's nice, girls. Okay, but what the people what they understand is just it's not music. This is just a, you know, video clips with a movie, and they sell. You know, I have big money, I have big cars, I have, you know, everything. And where is your fucking music? Where is the music? Remember something with this? No, I don't. And this is why the fucking youth listen now. Really. Go America, you'll hear only that.
Yeah, I was watching a video last week. Was a girl playing drums, a cover of Slipknot something, drums. And was nice girl like that. And 21 million views.
You see?
She got the likes from how she looked like.
Yeah, that's
unbelievable.
Yeah. It's always like this. Yeah.
That's
used for one cover, but the girl was very not sexy, but you know, it's like, and you see bands like they give everything, like everything to play good music, and they have 1,000 views.
That is true.
All right, so let's go to Belgium metal scene. So, Mike, how is the Belgium metal scene in your homeland, apart from the stations and so on?
I always wondered if we even have a metal scene in Belgium. No, it's really like compared to the Netherlands, for example, we're neighboring countries and same size, but like it's incomparable with what's going on in the Netherlands. They have these big bands and huge stars like Floriansen from Nightwish and many others, big bands. And somehow in Belgium, no band is able to escape Belgium for some reason. We had Channel Zero in the past. It's a big band in Belgium, but getting outside of Belgium is really difficult for some reason. I don't know why.
But I think, like Dushan mentioned and so on, like in the Netherlands, we have symphonic metal, we have nice women who just go on the TV show, get some views, and on. Like Sharon the Nado is amazing and so on. But like she's the highlight, and Robert is somewhere there. So
you have Arian, for example. It's also a band I like very much. There are more examples, I think. They do not come to mind, but these kind of bands we do not have in Belgium, I would say. I don't know why.
So maybe Belgium doesn't have beautiful girls.
No, I have to.
I'm not against girls in the show in the metal and I was just talking about hip hop and rock. Music. I like girls singing metal. It's no problem.
I always felt kind of alien in my own country when listening to power metal, especially in the 90s with the grunge and everything. And I was a little bit better, but still, if you had in every city 3 or 4 guys listening to power metal, sort of say, it's a lot, and it's strange. I don't know why. If you go to Germany, everybody listens to heavy metal, it seems.
Yes. How many metal bands you have in Bruges, Mike?
But there are a lot of bands in Belgium. That's not the problem. There are a lot of bands, and many people try, but
the problem in Belgium is the radios. The radios don't listen to Belgian bands. The radios, they want bands from America, from England, but they don't like the Belgian bands, exceptions few bands. And the funny thing is when for Iron Mask, for example, we are more famous outside Belgium than Belgium. You go to South America, United States, Germany, and Belgium, we have to struggle like hell to have 1 or 2 songs on the radio, to go on the grass pop or to go on some festival. It always need to talk like hell with the promoters because they only want to take the German bands or American bands. This is the only problem because Belgium is a small country, and so when you organize a festival, they need as much as possible to gather in that festival. Metallica, it's gonna bring 100,000 people. They're not gonna take the band from Bruges because they never played on. They never get their music played on the radios, on the national radios, 1 or 2 times. But they need, songs that everybody listens for the last 40 years. That's what I'm saying on Revolution Rise. It's always the same old songs, always the same bands, always the same shit for the last 40 years. And then what happens? It's always the same bands that play in the festivals.
It's always, like you said, it's all about money. Yeah. So they're only looking for money, where they can get more of it, instead of looking into own bands and promoting bands. So Belgium would be like more, out for the world, and everybody would know the bands more. But
and quality bands.
I don't know. It's a big mess, because south of the country is French, north of the country is speak Dutch. And there's even the countries, the 2 different mentality. You go in the south of Belgium, you're Flemish. Sometimes, oh fuck, where do you come from? I told you we're from. It's like they don't understand each other, and so a band which has to unite the full Belgium is more difficult. We are in Brussels, we're in the middle of everything. So we see everything from Flanders or from Wallonia in the south of Belgium. There is bands, but this is like you have two countries in one country, and they have two different radios. You have a Flemish radio, you have a French radios, and then you have to struggle there, and they all program the same bands because the biggest label pay them, and for the bands that's from the south or from the north, they don't know where to what door to knock. You know,
it's a complex country, Belgium. Let's not start about politics.
But the most funny thing is, well, it's weird. Like Belgium's bands traveling to Netherlands. So I don't know if you know the band Bliksem. It was a thrash metal band with a woman who was screaming, which was amazing. But after 2 years, she stopped, and she went to one of the biggest festivals in Netherlands, in Appelpop, and she tried to speak with the crowd and so on in Dutch, and I was like, what is she saying? Like, she was talking so weird. So it got some attention. The music was good, but like talking in Dutch, trying to talk, it didn't go so smoothly. So it's like weird. Like you speak Dutch, but it's like very different than we are used in Dutch, making it easier, difficult to connect with the crowd as well.
Yeah. Well, maybe one thing to note about the Belgian metal scene, it's not only the band itself, but in general, if you look at big bands touring, for example, and they do a tour in Europe, many times you see they skip Belgium for some reason. And if they do come to Belgium and you go watch one of your favorite bands, I do not mean Iron Maiden, but more bands like, for example, Amarante or Symphony X. And if they come to Belgium and you go watch them, there's like a few hundred people. I went to see Trivium. You would say it's a big band. They came to Belgium. I went to Antwerp to see them, and there were like 1,000 people or something. I was like, what the hell? It was not even sold out. It's like, what the hell is wrong in Belgium?
Interesting.
Yeah.
But that explains why the Dutch people, especially who are living closer to the border, like Brabant, are going to Belgium, because apparently the tickets are there. It's never sold out, whereas in the Netherlands, it's always sold out in one moment and crowded. It's amazing. So if you want space, go to Belgium.
And you have good beer.
Yes, the beer is amazing.
Yeah, but how the bands, they don't come to Belgium because they have Netherlands, Germany, so they can tour. It's easier.
Yeah. How many times
because in Ireland it's difficult destination for bands to come. Only if they tour to UK. And now with the Brexit, maybe it's will be more difficult. But in Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, I don't think it would be a problem. The bands to escape Belgium. Cool.
All right, let's get back to Iron Mask.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, like, how hard was it to work in a band where you had so many members change, and like, is there any specific way how you were looking for new musicians, and like you had also so many like guest musicians? So wondering from the other side, would you be considering any guest musicians in the next works or something like this?
Actually, we for the last 11 years we have it's the same bass player, drummer. We just changed the singers because it was only with the singers that we had some change to make. And like I said, when we had Mark Bowles from Los Angeles, it was kind of difficult to have live gigs in Europe all the time, and we wanted to tour more, and we had to take someone from Europe. And that was great. We have someone in Belgium, so it's really great. We can tour more, and as soon as this lockdown is over, it will be the plan, I think, and touring more and more. But now, we don't have guest people in the band. We prefer really have these guys on the album and on tour.
Speaking of touring, so any countries plan or island maybe even?
Yeah, we have a lot of requests from fans everywhere. Really, it's funny. It's nice to get all these emails and from really everywhere in the world, from a country I didn't even know. And the problem it's always you need a promoter and to organize the gigs, and You cannot just come and play. So everything has to be
money.
arranged, and it's not just the money. We could come and play and trust the guys, but they have to arrange everything and the dates and touring. It's not that easy anymore to plan everything. Everything has to be
Yeah, we have here amazing nature and I think a great crowd.
In Ireland, even.
Yeah, Ireland.
Yeah. I love Ireland. Gary Moore.
Yes, Thin Lizzy.
I have a lot of Celtic themes in the songs of Iron Mask, and I always love the folk music of Ireland.
Amazing. Cruachan is like a big, amazing folk band here from us.
Yeah, folk metal. So we hope to see you soon here in Ireland.
Yeah, we hope. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I don't know when this crazy
yes.
finished. I think I never got this vaccine, but I hope it's go back to the normal. But
new normal.
For next year, we hope.
Yeah.
The gigs we had last year were postponed to this year, and this year is postponed to next year.
For the next year.
It's really crazy. Everything's postponed to next year, so it's really nothing this year again.
So you never performed the Masters of Masters live?
Yeah, next year. With a new album.
Yes.
I just want to rephrase my question. So, is there any guest musicians that you would like to work with to invite to the band for a song or something like that in the future?
Maybe just on keyboard player. I like the Stratovarius keyboard player a lot, and maybe having him a solo would be nice. But that's only this guy. He's got a very good level.
That would be great, yes.
But I don't see anyone as guest. We prefer to get. We had, of course, Oliver Hartman as guest for one song.
Yeah,
I know him for a long time, and he was singing already in my previous album, Orders of the Brave and Shadow of Red Bar and Magic Kingdom also. So I thought it could be nice to have him back for one song. Maybe him, but that's not sure. It all depends what songs comes out.
How was it working to work with Oliver?
Oh, with him, it's really nice. So he's a very pro guy, and it doesn't take a lot to him to understand the melody and that thing to record. Usually, you get it very fast after sending the tracks in a few days. He's back, and it's great. We change some stuff in back and forth. And it's he understands his music very much. He don't want to play anymore in that kind of music, but he understands, and really he was previously in the other bands. Yeah. He's a guitar player also, so he understands very well this kind of hard rock, neoclassical hard rock metal. He's a perfect voice for that kind of music, and for the melodics, more melodic.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I met him once.
A long time ago.
With Fantasia.
Yeah. Now he's touring. Next year.
Yeah. Cool. Mike, can you tell me your story? How you joined the band? If I read somewhere, you were the fan of the band. So Dushan recruited you for the band, right?
Yeah. In fact, it started with my brother. He started. Most of my influences came from him, in fact, because he always bought the CDs, and I started listening to them. And one of the CDs was from Iron Mask, and I knew they were from Belgium. It was the first album I met Dushan. And I was immediately a fan. And at some point, Diabolica came out, and I knew they had a new singer with Diego. And at some point they had to perform, they had a gig in Kortrijk with YNT. Yeah. And I went to see them, and I was surprised it wasn't Diego, so I was confused. I was like,
he was still in Argentina, so we took him away for that gig.
I knew from someone in the crowd that it was a stand-in or something, and I was like, Well, I just watched the show and I really enjoyed it, and I was like, damn, I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm going to be the singer of this band. And afterwards,
we met that day. The first time we met that day in backstage.
I went backstage afterwards, after the show, after this epiphany, and we interchanged the telephone numbers and kept in touch slightly, and then at one time in 2020, Dushan contacted me. Mike, now is the time. We have to record this album, and I was like immediately, okay, where do I have to be? And the rest is history. Yeah.
Very nice story, from a fan, the frontman.
Exactly. But how long did it take to be from fan to frontman?
Well, a lot of years, in fact. But it never crossed my mind to contact Dushan, because he had a singer, and there's no point. But at that moment, I was like, it's now or never. Let's go for it. And when was that, Dushan? In 2016?
Yeah, when we met in 2016. Yes, 5 years ago.
It actually took another 3 years from that moment to.
We did the first gig. Actually, we did the concert before recording the new album. So he was doing concerts already with us 1 year before we recorded Master of Masters.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. Yes, they had to do a show, and they also were looking for a stand-in. But the small detail, the show was in 3 weeks, and so I had to learn all the lyrics and everything. And of course, I knew the songs. Yes. Like a fan knows them, but performing them on stage, you have to know all the details. And it was like in 2 weeks' time, studying hard. And then with one rehearsal, I think.
Mike knew the lyrics the best of all the singers we had. All the singers we had in the past, they always forget the lyrics, or they need the paper on the floor, and computers. Mike, no computer, no sheet of paper, always know the lyrics perfect.
That's funny. When we rehearsed, when we were doing the first rehearsal, when we started the first song, Vas was looking at me. Hey, Mike, where are your papers? I do not have papers on the ground with the lyrics. I was like, what?
I don't need papers.
Wow, this guy is great.
Nice.
Oh, nice. So the live gigs are coming from the heart, like Mike knows it all from a fan perspective, but as well he learned everything, every detail.
Yeah, I think to me it was like, okay, why would you not learn all these things? But when I heard the stories from Dushan, from previous singers, I do not understand how you can be a singer of a band and not know the lyrics. And you see that if you see a singer on stage looking all the time to some teleprompter, it's like, come on, dude, it's the only thing you have to do, learn the fucking lyrics.
Yeah, it makes you like a bad, well, not bad, but like less frontman, because like frontman could engage with the crowd and so on. But like if you're staring down, then nothing is happening there.
For sure.
It happens.
That's also true.
Yes. That was a gig in Kortrijk, you said, eh? Brian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Been to Kortrijk for Alcatraz Fest.
Oh yeah, that's a great festival. Great festival.
Yes,
yeah.
Festival. Yeah. Belgium has good festivals.
Yeah, they do know how to organize good festivals, but
and beer.
And beer, yeah. Right.
What are the things that you would be looking forward when all this weird shit is over?
Yeah, performing, playing shows, playing games, and I'm kind of hoping that all shows will be sold out in the coming year, because people will be so
miss it so much,
eager to do shows, and like maybe it's over in 1 year again. So
yeah. I suppose you would not come to Ireland, so we'll have to come somewhere to see you in some other place.
Yeah, Netherlands. Then I vote for Netherlands because then it's close to my home, so I could go get some beer and see Iron Mask.
Yeah.
Belgium also is nice, so I don't mind. I don't mind Belgium also. Long time ago. Cool.
So yeah, so that's our future plans. So for now, everything is, I think, done. No questions. So we want to thank the viewers for participating, for watching the interview, and if you liked Iron Mask, buy their CDs, their merch, and they can produce a new album, like they said. All links below, and we posted also links in our group. And we want to thank as well Iron Mask for Dushan and Mike for joining us and telling us more about the band and so on. So I'm just passing the microphone for them to wrap it up.
Thanks a lot, guys, for having us. It was a nice interview. And of course, we hope to see you all very soon on our tour or wherever you are. We'll have a beer.
Of course.
Of course, we are looking forward for it.
After the concert, not before.
Yes, because then Mike forgets all his lyrics. And then
Oh my God.
So yeah. So good night, everyone, and
good night. Thank you, everyone.
Subscribe.
Thanks so much for the interview. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you.